There's a new animatronic getting a lot of chatter on the main streets of USA. Details on a new original character coming to the new Disney Starlight Parade at Magic Kingdom. And get this, Clarabelle the Cow, she's been busy because she's got a new Halloween character dining side hustle. That and much more in today's episode of the Diz Unlimited podcast. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show. I am Rhino. I apologize about getting started a little bit later. I apologize that our show didn't happen on Tuesday this week. I woke up and I was just very under the weather, and it was one of those where I could not rally. And today I still only feel about 85%. But I'm getting there. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be joined by the wonderful Dreams Unlimited travel agent, Hannah Anderson.
Oh, hey.
I think I gave you way too much headroom. The one and only Chloe Ferreira. I messed up your camera too. Great.
Oh, no. Hey, howdy, hey.
Do we look okay? We look good?
Well, at least we've got Lewis.
He looks Lewis. The best.
Yeah, so it's fine. It's whatever. I can't. So the fun behind the scenes fact: the two cameras, all three of these cameras are connected on the same pole, and I moved it and to fix Hannah's camera over here to get it straightened out a little bit, and it is what it is. I must have messed up Chloe's a little bit on the side here because you can see her posters do not, in fact, go sideways like that.
No.
I was trying to, everyone who's listening is like, I don't care.
Right, yeah.
But I was trying to get everybody a little bit of headroom because we all have some fun hats.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's our version of church today. The happy birthday Disneyland Resort. You turned 70. You never look better.
Oh,
That's right,
man. We love you, Disneyland. Happy
we love
birthday.
Yeah, we do.
We love you the most.
We love you. We love you. We love you so much we started this podcast. Before we dive into this conversation today, this fun Disney news and discussion, I just want to let everybody know that this and everything that we do here is brought to you by Dreams Unlimited Travel. They are experts at helping you plan the perfect Disney vacation. When you book with them, it costs you nothing extra on your trip. You help support the channel and all of the content that we produce here. So check them out, dreamsunlimitedtravel.com, for a free, no obligation quote today. It is also brought to you by our Patreon supporters. We couldn't do this without you. If you want to learn more about how you can get exclusive content from different members of the Diz team, like myself, Hannah, or Chloe, you can head over to patreon.com/DizUnlimited, where we will also be doing a Patreon post show, a live show over there as well. That is already slightly set up, although I did have to pull out our sound recorder. I don't know what happened to the one that we use for the main studio. It just none of the audio was coming out of it. So a problem for a different time and another day. I said how I was doing. How's everybody else doing?
Pretty good over here. I watched Superman over the weekend. Great movie.
I loved it.
Yes, I know you. We were all talking about it. I'm not a big Superman fan, and this was my second most favorite movie of the year, just below Sinners. So I recommend Superman if you're a Superman fan or not. It is an excellent film. Other than that, what else did I do? I had another chill weekend in. Weekends are like my decompress time mostly. So
It's good.
Wow, hot take.
yeah. I know, right? Who would have thunk?
Days off on my days off for me time. Wow.
Yeah. Lots of movies.
Breaking news.
Yeah.
What about you, Anna?
I had the opposite of that experience this weekend.
No.
Some of it was good. I am redoing my son's room into an Avengers theme, which I think is going to be good eventually. But the house is a wreck. I've taken on too many projects. And then in the midst of it, I was like, hey, let's go to Magic Kingdom Saturday night.
Yuck.
But I have to say, it was one of the rare occasions where it rained and it actually cooled things off. And so it was like I got to go at sunset. I got to see the lights come on Main Street, which is my favorite thing at Disney World, Disneyland. Love it. And the crowds weren't bad. So it was one of those where I was like, July isn't all bad. So it was kind of nice. I haven't really spent a whole lot of time in the parks this summer because it's hot and humid and raining and all the things, and I had a good time. So yeah, all I did is I rode one thing. Owen wanted to ride Tiana's Bayou, and so we did that and we left.
Nice.
Happy times.
How wet did you get?
Soaked. We were we were in the front row, which was a bold choice because my son is 3. He's just tall. And so he's like probably too little to be riding that ride, but he really likes it and enjoys it. And when they gave us front row, I was like, let's do it, baby. And man, we got soaked. It's the, you come down and then it's like the splash that comes in from the side.
Yeah.
Brutal.
How long was the wait for it? For standby?
Not bad. It was like maybe in 45 minutes before fireworks.
Yeah.
And no, I waited like 20
nighttime?
minutes.
Ooh.
It was posted at 40 and I waited like 20. Easy.
Love
so, and I haven't ridden Tiana's out here, but like maybe like 3 or 4 times. And I really like it. So it has staying power for me. I'm happy with the change. I enjoyed it. I think it's my son's favorite ride now. His favorite character is Mama Odie's Juju. So I don't know what you do with that. His
That's a
favorite
good
character
choice.
is a snake. So anyways, good times.
Well, that's cool. That's fun.
How was your weekend, Ryan?
Yeah.
It was good. I saw Superman twice. I very much enjoyed it. Very
Dang.
emotional. I thought it was a really good, nice start to the DCU, or whatever they're calling it now. I don't know. But yeah, when I was a little kid, I used to wear a Superman shirt under my clothes. So
You did not.
Yeah, I did.
Oh,
It was
that's so cute.
And my mom actually sent me a picture of me and my brother, and it's me wearing that shirt with him, but it's like purple, and it had a silver Superman S on it. And I remember like where I was, and when I learned about Superman. And so this movie was definitely like a return to form in that version of Superman that I enjoyed, because I also really enjoyed the Superman animated series when I was growing up. The one that had the voice of Tim Daly. You may know him from Wings. I feel like we talk about the Batman, the animated series, a lot, and it was in that same production, in that same era. And I loved, big fan of Smallville over here. I own all 10 seasons on DVD. I've watched it multiple times, thinking about doing another rewatch, but I thought this was great. I thought this was a return to the type of Superman that I enjoy. I thought it was very optimistic storytelling, sort of that thing that I always like, where it's like, how can I make the world a better place a little bit? And that's what it does it. So I enjoyed it very much. I think it was much better than the previous, the last Supermans and the Zack Snyderverse. No knocking on that, but they didn't resonate with me in that same way. Especially Man of Steel, I thought was fine, but it's just like the amount of destruction and there's like never an acknowledgement of like life, and I'm always just like, that's what Superman's all about. And so I don't know. But very enjoyable. Definitely recommend going to see that in the movie theater. It was really good. Let's talk about Disney a little bit more. I know that's a little different for us, but wouldn't you know it? The day after we did our podcast last week, Disney went ahead and threw out some more information, really the actual information we wanted, about Jollywood Nights and Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party.
Yeah.
Hooray.
I did do a video that was put into the podcast feed and an audio version of that for our listeners out there. So hopefully everybody was able to get all of that information. And rather than repeat too much of that, I'll just give you like a real quick synopsis of the main point is Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. The 2025 dates are going to run from Friday, November 7th through Sunday, December 21st, 2025. Those dates in November are going to be the 7th, 10th, 11th, 13th, 15th, 14th, 16th, 18th, 20th, 21st, 25th, 26th, 28th, and the 30th. And then the dates in December are the 2nd, the 4th, 5th, 7th, 9th, 11th, 12th, 14th, 16th, 18th, 19th, and the 21st. And as with previous years, Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party ticket holders can enter the park as early as 4 p.m., with the party officially starting at 7 p.m. And then over at Jollywood Nights, that is going to be on select nights from November 8th through December 22nd. And those dates in November are the 8th, 15th, 17th, 22nd, 24th, 29th. And the December dates are the 1st, 6th, 10th, 13th, 17th, 20th, and the 22nd. The event over there runs from 7:30 p.m. to 12:30 a.m. And this year, event ticket holders can enter the park as early as 5:30 p.m. without a separate day ticket. So that's 30 minutes earlier than previous years. It doesn't really add a lot of value for an annual pass holder because it's adding time on the part of the party that I don't want. I want it on the party.
Yeah.
Letting me in the park earlier feels like kind of a cop-out a little bit, but I think I'm excited for a regular guest who would come and get that. I appreciate that there's value added for them. But if you're wondering about when you can buy tickets, well, if you are staying at a select Disney resort, Swan and Dolphin, Shades of Green, you can do that as of now. And then the regular guests, you have to wait until July 22nd. And if you want more details about that, again, if you are listening to this, it should be the podcast episode right before this, or it should be in the same feed over here as well. And I do see questions in our live chat, which I'm always happy that we have. Again, we're doing this on Thursday twofold. I was sick on Tuesday, and on today is Disneyland's 70th birthday, the actual day. So it feels like it was all meant to be.
Yeah. Now it's a party.
Now it is a party. Plus, I love Thursdays. You know, I like a good Thursday. But the show will remain typically on Tuesdays at 1 p.m. But I just wanted to make sure that we still did an episode for everybody this week. So the here and now, the what's happening, the current things that are happening. Well, there was another episode of that show called We Call It Imagineering. And we got a further look at Disney Starlight Dream the Night Away, which is debuting this weekend, specifically a Sunday, which is bizarre, July 20th. But you know, Disney obviously continues to feed us everything. They say we're hungry, and they say gimme. And we got a bunch of new information about this new parade, including a look at a new character, and Chloe's going to tell us all about it.
Yes.
Maybe some more.
Absolutely. I'd love to share some more. So this episode, they had a ton of new behind-the-scenes glimpses of the parade floats illuminating in the warehouse. They've been doing overnight tests at Magic Kingdom, so it was really cool to see that footage. So if you haven't watched the episode yet, it is their YouTube series on the Disney Parks channel called We Call It Imagineering. But I'm going to kind of go over the new things that were featured, and most importantly, they were really focusing on the new original character they created for the parade. And his name is Whimsy. This is the locomotive train he's essentially the finale float, but he is the face of the locomotive that carries the rest of the train cars of characters. So rather than making the train look and feel lifeless, Imagineers chose to make Whimsy an original character. They say he is this childlike, whimsical character, so we wanted to keep him youthful, happy, playful. We wanted him to dance and have that same energy of the parade. When designing the expressions of his face, the designers took inspiration from old Silly Symphony animations to bring in something older, but making it new at the same time with those starlight animations as seen in his face. Whimsy will pull the rest of the train cars, which make up the parade's finale float, which also includes smaller sections themed to Mickey Mouse, Snow White, Aladdin, and Tangled. And something else that I thought was really cool, you guys, I'm a very nostalgic person, so I love when they bring something old and make it new or incorporate, those Easter eggs into new attractions. And they've done that here too. So some of the things that I noticed was they highlighted a specially created animated version of Jiminy Cricket from Pinocchio, as we know. He will play a key role near the end of the parade, just like in Spectrum Magic. If anybody remembers the little tiny Jiminy Cricket animatronic at the end of Spectrum Magic that waves, and he said, "So long," the end of Spectrum Magic. So this is a really cute, sentimental callback. And so they started with like a 2D animation, and they added the new star, like visual special effects to him. So he's this little Jiminy Cricket made of starlight that waves to everybody towards the end of the parade, which I think is really cute. And then they said for the music, they blended Main Street Electrical Parade's electronic score with the orchestral score from Spectrum Magic. So it'll both be orchestral and electronica kind of sounding for Disney Starlight. So all around really cool. I'm really excited for this parade. From what we saw in the video, it was just cool to see the concept art brought to life. But nothing will be like sitting there on the curb at Main Street and watching a brand new nighttime parade. So I'm really excited.
Yeah. I'm excited to do it in a season where it's not raining every day. So I'm sort of dreading that a little bit.
Yeah.
But still, there really is nothing that beats, like, I'm not a big parade person, but I just think there is something really special about nighttime parades, specifically, these like very like light up ones. We all know how much I don't care for, Main Street Electrical Parade.
That hurts me.
But
it's okay.
I liked Spectrum Magic, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
Spectro.
But it's basically like Main Street has beat that out of me, so I don't know. I can't even remember anymore. But I'm pretty sure I saw Spectrum Magic more than Main Street Electrical Parade because I came here, and I think that was the nighttime parade when I was a kid. But I'm excited for it. I will say the photos of the stuff they kind of shared, the floats and stuff don't look as lit up as I thought they were going to.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes, and we talked about that a little bit before the show. Like, I hate to be a Debbie Downer, but that was my instant reaction was like, oh, this doesn't look as good as the concept art. And normally, that's kind of surprising because you think about these, like, nighttime floats or just any Disney parade float in general. Like, usually the scale and seeing them, like, in real life, maybe it'll be different in person. But I was a little surprised that the photo didn't. I'm like, because it was missing lights. Like, part of the design had changed.
Yeah.
So I don't know, maybe it'll pop more in person, but it just didn't. I don't know.
Yeah. Something else I noticed too is with like Spectrum Magic and Paint the Night, there's a lot of layers of almost texture to the different forms of light that's used. And I feel like from what we've seen so far, this is more a Main Street Electrical Parade approach to like, it doesn't look flat, but it just feels a little bit lacking when you're comparing it to like the glitter accents in Spectrum Magic or like I don't know, that just seemed like more bubblier in areas at Spectrum Magic. And then Paint the Night is just like on its own level. I feel like we'll always be comparing a nighttime parade that comes here to Paint the Night because it's a flawless parade essentially. So yeah, I'm excited to see it in person, but yeah, I see what you're saying.
Well, it is. I think it's one of those things too. I try to always remember a lot of times. Specifically like a Main Street Electrical Parade as opposed to a Paint the Night is that those are better seen in person than experienced through YouTube because some of that, it's sort of like Chloe right now, if you're watching this, has lights behind her, like all these Halloween lights, which like we can see very well, like we can see them lit up, but like they don't transfer to the camera as clearly that way. And it's like that element of like, sometimes it's, I think that's true of a lot of things, though, is like it's better in person. But so I'm reserving my judgment, and obviously us Disney fans can be the most critical of people out there. And don't you worry, we got a lot to say about something
find out.
about an animatronic up there in a little bit, okay? We got one that looks right into our souls at night. But I am excited. Are you guys going on Sunday?
Yes.
I am. Yeah, I'm going. Back at Magic Kingdom
No,
around
Rhino's not
another
going.
weekend.
I don't know. We'll see.
I'll be there. Yeah,
we'll see what happens. I don't know. My wrist is still messed up, so I'm kind of like, well, if I want to go, I want to hang the bag and the camera.
Well, let me tell you what I did do. I made a dining reservation. You will not see this girl at TTC. Okay, period. Also, with 10 out of 10, recommend minivan service if you are going to Magic Kingdom.
She's just got money to blow, apparently.
Yeah, that's me. No.
How much was our minivan when we did it at the Christmas party? $50?
It was like $45, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, y'all. When you're waiting in that
that's the thing.
mile-long
It's gonna be a
line,
busy night.
shoulder to and it's gonna be crazy, and it's hot. Let's say it rains, it's humid. You will feel like that's the best $45 you ever spent, especially if you're on vacation. You're like, you've already made the investment. For me, I got a feral 3-year-old, and we're just out here doing the best we can. So
Yeah.
yeah. Hey, I'm gonna say something sassy for a second. Why isn't this Paint the Night? Not a copy and paste, but like, why is it not that
same
style?
level? Yeah.
It's so funny how Disney's like, we're not nostalgic until we are. Especially at Disney World. I'm like, Main Street Electrical Parade was not our parade, and it is more that style. I'm like, why does Disneyland have this advanced parade like Paint the Night? I don't know.
All I can think is it's got to be an element that they're not really sharing. Like it must be like
technical.
weather related,
Yeah,
something where it's like, it doesn't really rain in California, especially not the way it does here. I mean, it does rain there sometimes, and I've been to Disneyland when it's rained before, but like here it is just like, it is unrelenting. So I don't know. It could have something to do with that. Could have something to do with storage.
Probably so.
Stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know, but you know what? We got to look at something else coming to Magic Kingdom that I completely forgot was even coming this year. And that is the first look at the map maker's room in Beak and Barrel, which I have accidentally repeatedly called Bleak and Barrel. I don't actually believe that.
It's not an actual diss.
Yeah, it's just it's just an accident. I don't mean to call it that. So I wrote, "Shiver me timbers," because we got our first glimpse inside the Beak and Barrel, a brand new theme lounge coming soon to the Magic Kingdom at Walt Disney World. Well, Walt Disney Imagineering says it's still very much a work in progress. Recent previews of 2 key areas, the Mapmaker's Room and the Captain's Booth, are giving fans a taste of the immersive detail and storytelling that Disney is known for. The Mapmaker's Room, as the name suggests, appears to be the heart of exploration within the lounge, with early touches hinting at nautical charts, aged wood finishes, and tools of trade. It promises to be a cozy space filled with adventurous charm. This area seems to lean into the storytelling of voyagers and sea captains who mapped uncharted lands, perfect for sparking the imagination of Disney guests of all ages. I had some photos up there. I'll bring them back again. But meanwhile, the captain's booths appear to offer a more intimate setting, tucked into corners of the lounge with curved seating, warm lighting, and subtle maritime details. These booths might become one of the most sought-after spots in space, ideal for relaxing with friends, enjoying themed bites and drinks, and soaking in the atmosphere. I'm guessing this is supposed to be like that's supposed to be more of the adult area. I don't know. That's what it...
Coming across like that, yeah.
Yeah, that it kind of seemed to me. So again, supposedly this is on track to open later this year. I wanted to bring up the photos again here because I do see that's very much like Captain Jack Sparrow, yeah? Carved into the wood there. We've got the skeleton pirate head and things like that. And I think the cannons being like bursting through the concrete is a nice touch. Opening later this year from the Instagram reel. What do you guys think? What's the time frame you would give for this?
Wasn't it originally late summer? Wasn't it? Did they change it subtly?
I don't know. It didn't look like it to me though.
Later this year, but I mean, I've got clients that really are really wanting to book this, and we're hoping to be open in time for the Halloween party, which would be very
that's
fun,
what I'm hoping
especially
for.
if you were, let's say, dressing up like a pirate.
Yeah.
So I'm a little surprised by that, and it also seems like they've been moving pretty quickly on that. And also, I'm trying to think, like Geo82's reservations open up like a month.
When did we get the date for that? Was it like a month before?
Yeah.
I think it was like a month
before.
before.
Exact date, yeah. It was a while.
So I don't know. So I mean, my guess is going to be like, I mean, if they're saying like later, I'm going to say like November, December, like cutting it close. I don't know. I'm very excited for this. This is a win for me. I think the thing I'm most curious about is price points, souvenir mugs, because we love those. And then also, like, how hard is this going to be to get into? Like, am I ever going to be able to go to this place? I just feel like it has such a wide appeal. I mean, let's be honest, you're getting drinks in Magic Kingdom, but also, like, the Pirates of the Caribbean theme and, like, having a space in Magic Kingdom to go in and, like, relax in a cool setting. Like, Magic Kingdom needs more spots like this, alcohol or not. I think it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I love a lounge setting. It's the reason why I love Baseline Tap House, because it's one of those things for, like, you know, not just you, maybe it's grandma and grandpa, maybe it's just people who don't do rides and things like that. It's just somewhere. I like more spaces where you can sit and people watch, and it's not just a bench that, you know, on the sidewalk in the heat or whatever. You know, I like the idea of being in these places that offer atmosphere, that offer storytelling. You know, Baseline is it has a story and atmosphere because it's supposed to be like an old California printing press turned into a microbrewery. You know, so I like the vibe that's over there. So I'm hoping I always think that each park could use one of these. So I guess Geo82 is the Epcot answer, but that's adult only. And also, you know, the only day I could get a reservation for that was today at noon. And I
irony.
had to cancel it. Yeah, Jill went and with her husband ended up going because literally it's like booked for like the next 2 months. And
she'll have to report back.
Yep, she's been texting me while the show's been going on. I'm like, remember when I said I couldn't do it because I was doing a show today? You are texting me literally during the show. But you know, I'd like to see. You know, at Animal Kingdom, we had Nomad Lounge, and they added the Restaurantosaurus. I'd like to see more of these spaces that do pop up that are more of the air conditioning thing, that offer both, you know, an interesting cocktail, but also maybe some non-alcoholic cocktails, some snacks, just something that's like, it doesn't have to be as involved as a meal, as a quick service, as a whatever. Just something that's easy to slip in and out of, whether you're just an annual pass holder or a frequenter of these parks, or just somebody who needs a break after you've been on all these rides all day, or you're just getting that Florida humidity is eating you alive, But this should be fun. This will be fun. Did you guys see what else? What else I think is pretty fun is at Galaxy's Edge, the BDX droids are now roaming here at Disney's Hollywood Studios at Walt Disney World. You can catch the BDX droids now through August 30th. You can spot them Tuesday through Saturdays at 10:30 a.m., 11:30, 12:30, 3 p.m., 4 p.m., 5 p.m., 6 p.m. I'm guessing the operator goes home after that. But
they're working hard. They got to take a break.
For real. Standing just over 3 feet tall, the BDX droids are highly expressive and built for spontaneous interaction. They walk on 2 legs, respond to guests, recover from stumbles, and convey emotions with remarkable believability. I know this literally just started yesterday, though. So I'm guessing you guys haven't seen them yet, right?
Yet.
No, not
in
here.
person. I've seen them at
so
D23.
Yeah, I saw D23.
The way they dance is so funny to me.
Yeah.
And I love what they did, though, is that they have times for them, because I feel like when we got the Mandalorian and Grogu, I can never catch them.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that's more supposed to be they live in Batuu, or they're interacting with guests and it's supposed to be natural or whatever. But I never get to see them. So I think this is great. I wish they would stick around longer. Yeah. These are the things that could change my thoughts and opinions on Galaxy's Edge, like little interactive things like this to give it some more life.
Well, it feels like we're finally getting some attention to our Galaxy's Edge. Like we're finally feeling, because at Disneyland, they have Chopper would come out. They still, I saw Ahsoka out while I was there,
R2-D2
last time. R2-D2 will come out randomly. Yeah, and they still have, and on top of that, they still have their stormtroopers, Kylo Ren, Rey, and all that stuff. So theirs always seems to have some characters and some of that stuff. So I feel like it's nice that we're finally getting some of that here. So it'll be interesting to see. I'm curious how swarmed they'll get with the crowds, and maybe this is just a test to see where that continues and how this goes and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know, I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited
nice.
too. It's a step in the right direction for sure.
Especially when you're adding as opposed to taking away stuff.
Yes.
So
We'll take it. Thank
Please.
you.
Okay, at this point in the show, I know we're going to talk about the animatronic in a little bit here, but I do want to turn it over to our discount diva.
Hey.
Figured I'd do that in the middle, keep everybody watching a little bit longer maybe.
Yeah.
Because don't worry, we got lots to say about that Walt Disney animatronic.
Yeah,
Just
we do.
you wait. So take it away, Hannah.
All right, so we got a couple new discounts available. One is a Florida and Georgia residence discount here at Walt Disney World. So this is available to book now. You can book rates available as low as $129 a night during the winter season. So the dates for this promotion are going to run November 16th through 29th and December 12th through 25th. With these rates, you do have to have either a Florida or a Georgia billing address as your form of payment. It is available at select resorts, including Disney's All-Star Sports, Port Orleans Riverside, Family Suites at Art of Animation, Studios at Saratoga Springs, and even Savannah View rooms at the Animal Kingdom Lodge, and the Boardwalk Inn is included. So I haven't seen a Georgia resident rate in a while, so that was pretty cool to see. I've been seeing this rate pop up a little bit more, which is nice. I do want to say last show we mentioned there was a new offer that was save up to 20% off of rooms in the fall plus a gift card promotion. And I gotta tell y'all, I'm very disappointed with Disney and that discount. That is available for almost no dates, no packages, no reservations. So I just want to say that to kind of curb expectations, because I definitely hyped it. I thought it was going to be a great promotion, and it's just not really available. So what I will say is them offering a Florida resident and a Georgia resident discount for the fall, winter time is a good sign of things to come. So if you have a package booked for later this year, don't give up. I think there will be more discounts to come. Also, there's a new Disneyland discount out for Halloween and holiday season over there, just in time for their 70th birthday officially today. This is going to be a save up to 20% off of Disneyland hotels. So that is going to include the Disneyland Hotel, the Villas at Disneyland Hotel, and Disney's Grand Californian Hotel and Spa. The date range is you can book it now, and travel must be completed by December 20th. So, and as you guys know, we love the holidays at Disneyland. It's a great time to go. Oogie Boogie Bash tickets are still available. That almost never happens.
Yeah, I think they're like 75% sold out or something like that.
There's like, I don't know. There's quite a few dates available.
They usually sell out like day of.
A day
so
of.
like,
So, I mean, it might be the time to go. Plus all of the Disneyland 70th celebration events that are happening. You can see the Walt Disney Animatronic if you so choose. And then also, this is more of like a general discount. But don't forget about the Dis boards, because there is a very popular forum over there called It's the New Disney Gift Card Deals and More. It's been going on for just over a year, but what's really cool is it's updated almost every day by listeners of the show and other fans on the Dis boards, but it includes all sorts of travel deals. So like Disney gift card deals at Sam's Club, Target, those type of things. But then also like DoorDash gift cards, Lyft promotions, Instacart deals, Starbucks deals, Southwest, things like that. So it goes beyond just booking the Disney vacation, and also discounts that might apply for how you get to Disneyland, or, you know, getting groceries delivered to your hotel room, that kind of thing. So be sure to check that out over on the Dis boards.
There is a question in the chat for you, Hannah, right now.
Yeah.
Are there any discounts for the fall?
So there are for all the destinations, including Disney World. There aren't many for Disney World for the fall for general guests right now. So the only promotion that they have for fall dates is that save up to 20%, and then depending on your package, you get a Disney gift card. That one's been a little bit harder to find availability for. However, if you are an annual pass holder, or, like I said, Florida, Georgia resident, there are more discounts. So I'm thinking we're going to see more in the future. There's not a whole lot right now. Just hang on. If you are already booked with Dreams Unlimited Travel, anytime any of these discounts come available, we'll go in and see if we can get you a better savings. You don't even need to email us. We're going to go ahead and do it for you. So it's possible with that discount that came out last week, maybe you didn't hear anything. Chances are, unfortunately, that discount was not available. I still think there's more to come. Availability is looking good. So I think discounts are possible. Really quick before I forget, we also last week teased that we really, really thought that the Disney Cruise Line 2026 itineraries were going to show up last week, and they didn't. So we don't have an announcement. We don't have dates yet. I am still assuming that'll happen in the next couple weeks. So if you're interested, you can go ahead and put in your requests at dreamsunlimitedtravel.com, but we don't have any news like we thought we would.
Well, it keeps getting teased. Or
I
keep
know.
thinking, keep predicting. We would be
trying.
broke if this was Vegas by now.
Yeah.
Well, let's move over to Disneyland for a little bit here, because it is her birthday. Her birthday, whatever it goes by
Disneyland.
there. I'm going to save the animatronic for the end, because I want to talk about something a little bit
Best for
sweeter
last.
first. A little bit sweeter, if that's okay. Earlier this week, Disneyland Resort unveiled a brand new window on Main Street, USA. This one honors Lillian Disney, Walt Disney's wife, you heard of him, and her contributions to Disneyland. The new window was revealed in a private ceremony on July 13th, 2025, which would have been Walt and Lillian's 100th wedding anniversary. Wow.
Wow.
I know, that's so cool. I won't sidetrack us too much, but they had their 30th anniversary party at the Golden Horseshoe a couple days before the park opened. And there's a really great documentary on Disney Plus that includes Diane Disney Miller talking about it, and just like how Walt was just like so happy and beaming, and like he had created his dream, and he's there celebrating his 30th anniversary with Lillian, and it's right before Disneyland opens. And so that's why Golden Horseshoe, I wish it was more than a quick service, because that's a really, really special place at Disneyland. I saw a picture that they put up, some photos of Walt and Lillian, and they had like a cake on display celebrating their 100th anniversary. So very, very sweet story, and a very cool detail that Disneyland has. So
very cool. Well, there's also I thought this next thing we're going to talk about here was really interesting, which is we have our first look inside of the High Key Club at Disneyland Hotel. I don't know that I even actively remembered this was something that was happening over there, but I think I'm going to let Hannah tell us about this and take it away so I can show us some of the photos while she talks.
Yeah. So the High Key Club is officially open at the Disneyland Hotel.
Oh, it's open.
It is. It is a brand new club level that's being offered. So club level is a special type. Well, it usually is the same room accommodations, but it comes with extra services like concierge services dedicated to these guests that can help you book things in the park. But most importantly, includes the lounge, which is a very cool theme space you can go to
It's
for
big.
light refreshments. For breakfast in the evening. Usually they have little snackies you can take back to your room. So this one at the Disneyland Hotel is called the High Key Club. And you'll notice it has a familiar face I've not seen in a long time. It's Professor Owl from the Disney Sing-Along songs. Good throwback there. But it's music inspired. And so there's little touches like Disneyland records used in the chandeliers, the artwork. Definitely fits in with the mid-century theme of the Disneyland Hotel. You can even see like the Dapper Dance are featured in the mural, as well as the Disneyland Band. And then Rhino showed a picture of it a second ago. They've got some of these very cool records on display. This is, what was it called? It's called a Regina music player, and Walt used to have, it might still be up there, I can't remember, in Walt's apartment, but Walt was, of course, obviously a big fan of music, and this is just a piece of history from Disneyland. Also, it's got these floor-to-ceiling windows that you can look into downtown Disney and see Disneyland and Disney California Adventure off in the distance. But yeah, really, really beautiful space. To Rhino's point, much bigger than I thought it was going to be, and definitely adds a new level of amenities at the Disneyland Hotel.
Yeah, I think this is really cool. I mean, I don't have lounge club level budget, but I hope to see it someday.
Yeah, you do.
I think the thing that took me by surprise was actually how big it was. I was like, oh, wow, because I feel like I've, seen a lounge here or there, from my journeys over the years at the Diz, and sometimes they're very tiny, and there isn't a lot of seating, and I'm like, it doesn't really feel like you're actually supposed to be in there and enjoying it, right? And it's like, if this is part of one of the amenities of your hotel, I feel like it should always feel like welcoming and enjoyable. And I always like to think, maybe for one of those days, maybe it's the day you come in, or maybe it's the day you're leaving and you don't have a park ticket for that day. It's a nice place to set up shop and maybe work, or just sit and have a conversation, or go over photos or something like that. So very cool. I like the touches what they do there. So yeah. I don't think I assigned this to anybody, and I did not copy and paste it into my notes, but Uh-oh. We've got a brand new, so bear with me here, or I should say moo with me here, because
how could I forget?
We've got a brand new Halloween character dining that is coming to Disneyland Resort, and the centerpiece is one Miss Clarabelle Cow. So this is called Clarabelle's Enchanted Halloween Dinner at Storytellers Cafe. It's going to take place from August 22nd through October 31st, where guests can enjoy a delicious meal with Clarabelle Cow and her woodland pals as they put on their festive Halloween attire. Reservations for this are now officially open as well. So if you're interested in this, I say go for it. We did do a recent review of Storytellers. We did the lunch, and yeah, we loved it. And
The food was incredible.
that was right before the renovation, though.
Oh, really? It was
yeah.
still, I'm sure it's stayed pretty good. That was some of the best Disney buffet food we've ever had.
These characters, if you are watching this, they're like Halloween outfits for here are also special to the restaurant because like Goofy is dressed up. He's got like this like beanie on that's got little cat ears. And then like Daisy's a witch. Surprise, surprise.
A little mushroom bird.
Takes one to know one.
What's Donald dressed as? What's even Clarabelle dressed as? She's just wearing fall decor.
Donald looks like a sorcerer or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Pluto's got a little Halloween.
They
Halloween
match
business on.
the theme of the restaurant, I
Yeah.
guess. That kind of like
The vibe is there.
craftsman, kind of outdoorsy.
I love the look of it. On the menu, you're going to find things like hand-carved meat, mashed potatoes, macaroni and cheese, grilled salmon, grilled pork, seasoned vegetables. This bread pudding, it'll change your life. Sweets and confections, ice cream, and an array of beverages. So if this is something you're interested in, it is not inexpensive. It is $79 per adults. That's age 10 and older, and $42 per kid, 3 to 9. Prices do not include tax and gratuity. But yeah, there are some other Halloween buffets out there as well because there's Goofy's Kitchen celebrates Halloween at Disneyland Hotel and Mickey's Autumn Adventures Breakfast Buffet at Storytellers Cafe. But for me, this Clarabelle one seems the way to go. I agree 100% with what Chloe said. We did, if you want to watch that review of what we did, it was one of the best buffets we've ever done. The character interactions were out of this world there. They really made sure that we saw everybody. So I think this is something, if you're even like remotely interested in it, I'd reach out to your Dreams Unlimited travel agent and book it. Because for me, I was like, oh, I really want to do this. Like, I was like, I want to go. Like
the price is high, but also I'm like, but should I like plan a trip out there to eat there? Because the food was great, and I like that space too because it is cozy. It's a little bit more relaxing than say like a Chef Mickey's. So like, because sometimes I gotta be honest, y'all, like even having a kid,
Chef Mickey's is too much for me.
Character meals can, especially with a buffet. You're like up at the buffet, you got this plate of food, and you're like, Clarabelle's here. What do I do? Panic! Throw your food in there. I'm just kidding. But I feel like the atmosphere there is like a little more relaxed. It's just, it is a good, and we spent a long time there.
Yeah.
And nobody was rushing us.
Interactions were really good too.
Yeah, they
I
were.
feel like they were very mindful of when people and everybody's at the table before they had a character come over. And yeah, I don't know, like just snack the first part of the day and then just let this be your big meal of the day, you know?
Yeah, just commit to the one
$80
large meal.
You can do it.
And
Yeah.
I mean,
And then hibernate.
yeah, it's like
Trick or
cut out
treat
2 other
afterwards.
meals, you're fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just it's great. I find it's weird how much I don't like Daisy, but how much I love Clarabelle. But she's Clarabelle threw the first brick at Stonewall. She's just one of those icons.
Well,
That's how I
that's
feel about
fair.
her. Well, it's time.
Oh,
We're
boy.
going to talk about it.
man.
Let's do it.
Walt Disney A Magical Life has officially opened. Yeah. Officially opened as of today at the Disneyland Resort, more specifically at Disneyland Park. And earlier this week, and as guests are there at Disneyland right now, are getting their first in-hand look at the Walt Disney animatronic. We got a preview of that. Our Jackie Gailey was there earlier this week. We've seen the footage released by Disney. I've seen other people's videos of it. I'd like to talk about it. I haven't watched a video of the entire attraction, so it's not really going to do spoilers about it or anything like that. I've seen him do he's sitting on the desk and he stands up and he motions and talks. And I thought that the motion and stuff was interesting. What do we think about this animatronic?
Who's going first?
Who wants to go first?
All right. I'll go first. Sure.
I
Like,
waited
what
you
was the
out.
camera
I was
on?
like, oh, yeah, you girl.
Okay. I'm gonna tell you my initial reaction because it came up that I think it was Monday of this week, and I got my first glimpse of the Walt Disney Animatronic preview ahead of July 17th, and I was like, my initial thought was, oh no. And I was looking at longer and I was like, this looks like my grandpa. This does not look like who oddly enough kind of looked like Walt Disney according to my mom. But
Okay, so there's a compliment.
there's a suggestive there's a suggestion that it is Walt Disney at first glance, you know, and listen, the movements are incredible, and I feel like they're able to get some of the details, like the glint in his eye and some of his mannerisms down that we've become familiar with because there's so much footage of him out there. But the face is just, it is not
It's
it.
like
And I'm
not
so
thin enough.
surprised it passed.
There's a lot of things.
Whoever needed to pass to get into the public's eye, because they had to have known. They had to have known. Like, I don't know the ins and outs of like who created this, because I know Disney typically employs Garner Holt for like their lifelike animatronics. I don't know like if they create a backup just in case if something goes wrong or anything like that, but they have to fix this. We're gonna get into the details, I'm sure, with you guys, but every time I look at it, I still can't get used to it. My boyfriend like set a zoomed in shot of the animatronic's face as his background
funny.
for a couple of days, because it was just like caught us by surprise
It's
every time.
creepy.
And
Yeah.
it doesn't look like Walt. I think because I know it's because we're so familiar with him from photos and videos and, you know, so much footage. And then even like Tom Hanks and Saving Mr. Banks, like
somebody says, I've seen comparison, like shot for shot, where they were like, it looks like it's modeled after that specifically.
It kind of does.
but why would they do that? Did they not want it to be his likeness?
I'm going to drop
Walt's
this,
likeness?
if you're watching this here. Right
Yes.
here's
There
the
you go.
Madame
So
Tussauds.
I included this.
Yeah.
I included this in my original unveiling article because how could they get it right at the Orlando Madame Tussauds with this wax figure? I know it's wax versus animatronic, but what the heck?
still,
Yeah,
It's
I feel
Disney. Their business is animatronics.
His face is too short. The bone structure's wrong. Like his cheekbones are off. His nose is off. His eyes are off.
Those brows.
The brows look like
I mean,
unkempt
I'm
grandpa
positive
eyebrows.
this is definitely two different areas of his lifetime, right? Like this.
It's
this,
not that far
Yes.
off,
The
but
one on the left seems like he's definitely younger. I mean, his hair looks younger, and this one on the right is probably like just before he died. But even then,
I've never seen a photo of Walt that looks like that, though.
Right,
Yeah.
correct. And like to your point, I mean, he was on TV all the time. It's not like we don't know what he looks like in video, in photos,
see,
at different
it's
stages
not
in
even
his
what
life.
he looked like that really took me by surprise. It's what he sounds like, and I don't have the
Yeah.
clip to play for that, unfortunately. But
So
I thought, I was like, this. I'm sure there was AI used or something like that, but I'm
Yeah.
like,
To
it
clean it
doesn't.
up.
It doesn't. I get that the version that we've heard has gone through not modern day technology to be recorded, right? Like it was
Right.
recorded, you know, the opening day it was 70 years ago. You know, that version of it's all come to this happy place, welcome. You know, a lot of that voice gets modulated through
Yeah.
you know, old TV speakers, the old whatever, all these things. So there isn't that actual real recording of his sounding of his voice. Maybe that's close to it, but it still feels like, I don't know. That doesn't sound like what I want it to sound like. And it also, like when I was watching the video, like the little clip of it I saw, it doesn't sound like it's coming out of his mouth. It like
His
to
mouth
me,
is a
It
little
doesn't
off.
line up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think even like, I mean, his face is definitely the part that's off, but I don't feel like his like stature is right either.
looks a little short.
Like his build doesn't.
Yeah.
I don't know. Everybody's like, you know, well, at least they got the pocket square right, but I'm like, I don't think the suit fits right either. I mean, I'm just gonna say it because I thought it was hilarious, and once you see it, you can't see it. It's my pillow guy. It's him. Like
Yeah.
Walt's about to like, you know, if you buy now,
It's Malt-
I'll throw in
Malt
a
Disney.
free. Yeah, I'll throw in a free gift, and for 2 easy payments of $29.99, you can go to Walt Disneyland.
well, this
whatever.
person in the chat says they used Walt's actual voice. but
Disney's
I
saying
don't-
that. Yeah, they're
I
saying that
don't-
they worked with the Walt Disney Archives and they used audio clips of his voice that no one's really heard before. There's a specific clip though that I heard. I think it was the reel that we posted where Walt is talking about the little boy that approached him and asked him if he drew
Yes.
Mickey Mouse. That specific part, taken out of the rest of it, does not sound like him to me. I was like, this is
Yeah.
not
and
his
that's
voice.
the only part I've watched. Yeah.
Okay, there's
Yeah.
other parts that I've heard from other outlets that do, because we weren't allowed to post more than 30 seconds from the initial preview period, but
Right.
now it'll be out there because it's the opening day.
Well,
But when you
we
hear-
technically were. We were only allowed originally 30 seconds that day, but we could have recorded the whole video and published it today, but we didn't do that.
Oh, gotcha.
Is actually
okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Sorry, I'm not
No.
I'm not trying to be bitter about it. I'm just like
No, you're fine. Yeah,
Right.
but I mean, people will be able to listen to the full thing.
just in
as of
case
today.
somebody put it out there that wasn't us. I didn't want people to leave hateful comments on them or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
right.
That's
Yeah.
that's what I meant by that. I didn't mean to cut you off or
No.
sound like I was on anybody.
Yeah, you're good.
Anyway,
I forgot. I've lost my train of thought. I'm so
the,
sorry.
the voice at different parts sounded more like him. You said, and I am
Yes,
seeing in here
yes.
people are saying different parts of the theater. It sounds different.
And to be honest, I saw another random clip where someone recorded from like a back row, and from far away, it's just when you zoom in on his face where it's
Right.
like, this is not him. When you're just standing back and it's like a more blurry figure of a man that looks like him from like, they got the hairline.
Are you saying
good.
when you squint?
You know, yeah, when you squint and you look a little
Yeah.
closer, that's when you're like, oh, this doesn't look like our Walt. So
I just-
I want to see it.
Oh, I do too.
Yeah.
I know we all
Oh,
want
yeah,
to see
And I
it,
see it,
but
I don't know. I hate it because I'm like, on one hand, I'm like, Disney, like, there was so much pressure on this. Like, let me tell you what, I would, if I were to Imagineering, I'd be like, I don't want to touch this project. Like, I do not, because it was almost like, it's almost too much pressure. Like, it's like, I feel like even if it had looked better, it never was going to be good enough. Like, it just can't be. Like, this is like taking on something that's like feels so personal for people. But then I don't want to like be too hard on it either, because I'm really glad we have it. Like, I am looking forward to the new One Man Stream video. I think that like everything they brought in from the archives and the family museum into that space is very cool. Like, they have some of the original furniture from his Disneyland apartment that used to be at the family museum. They have some of the classic animatronics from like opening day of Disneyland. So some very, very cool stuff. Like, as a Disney fan, I am very, very excited about. I'm like, please. And I'm like, please just fix it. You know, like, and if you look at the Disney parks, like, anywhere they've posted it, like, there's not really any good comments on there. Like, there's like nobody, there's very few people that
it's
are
like 1 in every 50 comments is positive.
right. So I'm
Yeah.
like, surely, you know, they can make adjustments. I'm really surprised. I'm like, everything Imagineering is able to do, and like, they invented animatronics essentially. Like, really, like, you
Yeah.
looked at this and were like, yep, good to go, we're ready. So I'm like, you got the hate.
I saw somebody said it's like when you order it on Temu,
Yeah,
or and
a little bit.
Stop touching your microphone, please.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Fired up.
I'm with you. Hannah. I agree that I'm happy it exists. I
Yes.
love the idea of it, because this is the man who pioneered this technology and this version of storytelling, and
And it is very ambitious, everything that they've done.
right,
Yeah,
yes,
it's
and I think
commendable.
it's very like romantic in a way, where it's like he's become that thing that he wanted to be so much. But I do think it is startling, and it is also sort of a thing. Maybe they should have picked a more definitively recognizable version of him. You know what I mean? Like,
okay.
like it would be like, if someone were like, okay, next week we're doing the show and we're all going to do avatars, and I picked my 8-year-old self. Like, you wouldn't recognize that person. I've never been on this show without facial hair. You know what I mean? Like, I've
Yeah.
never, I look very different when I was a kid. So it's one of those, like, you'd look at it and be like, yeah, I think that's Rhino.
Well,
you know
also,
what I mean?
Justice for Walt. Like, hey, for the record, if I ever get an animatronic, like, I'd like a 25-year-old me. I don't want like 60-year-old me. Like, give me 1955 Disneyland Walt.
Well, I think about like Harrison Ford, right?
Yeah.
We've known what Harrison Ford has looked like since he was like 35. I don't know how he was in Star Wars, 40 or 35 or something. And he's now 83. And look how Chloe did use this photo of the Madame Tussauds Tussaud? Massaud? I don't know
yeah.
what I'm saying.
No, you're
Tussaud, her like that wax figurine, is a very specific age. But like, okay, Harrison Ford, if we had a wax figurine of Harrison Ford, which Harrison Ford? Would it be Harrison Ford at 83, or would it be Harrison Ford like Indiana Jones, right?
Correct.
Two separate things. And so, like, if somebody was like, well, we're making an animatronic of Harrison Ford, it'd be weird, because for more of our life, he was the older Harrison Ford, but we've watched more of a young Harrison Ford. It's kind of that ghost in the machine that movies do to us, is that, like, not to be morbid and bring this back to this, I think about it with my dad. Is that like the stuff I have with my dad, you know, his voice, the photos, and if there's the video, I have this one video that my sister took of him on a beach, but it's from, you know, like 15 years ago. And I'm like, forever, I'll have this version of my dad is like what I keep, you know, and it's as opposed to like my dad, like, you know, in 2025, right before he passed away or something. And so it's kind of like, I think about that sometimes, is it's this weird phenomena that like, it's just might be something in our brains as human beings that we have trouble with. You know, it's the same way when they de-age people in movies where people are always like, I can still tell.
Like Uncanny Valley kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. Like, I mean, listen, I love Tron Legacy, but I remember when people were like, what? Jeff Bridges' face is so waxy or whatever. And I look at it and I'm like, I guess if I'm like really, really looking at it, I see it. But then sometimes like I look at it now that people pointed out, but before my brain was like, I accept.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah.
and I think it's that thing where like my brain can't accept this for some reason. I think that's the problem I'm having with the voice and the animatronic is that it doesn't feel, I feel like it's very much a voice coming out of speakers and not a voice coming out of a thing.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another argument, I just sent you a photo of, it's supposedly one of the last photos of him at Disneyland, if you want to put that on the show at all. But I just texted it to you if you got it. But
even this one, his face is
so
thinner.
that's what I mean. Another argument that I've seen a lot online is that, you know, they worked with the Walt Disney family and the archives, what have you, to be as close as possible to, you know, his last few days with us. And I don't know. I just feel like there's no way that he could have looked like that from every single photographic evidence that we've seen of him, including this photo of him at Disneyland. Yes, he looks older, but the bone structure is so different. And that sets the tone for the rest of the face. And then on top of it, the eyebrows that are just way too much.
Yeah, there you go.
It's like, it's like he's got, I don't know. It's like,
do that side by side with the animatronic.
Yeah, let me see.
Yeah.
Hold on, if I can pull that one up here. I'm doing this in the
that's
live
not,
thing. So there's that one, and then this is the one. Let's put that on top there.
There's something about that pose too. Like I think
I like the one where his hands are both up. Like this, what the heck?
I think it's very much like we're looking at a circle and we should be looking at an oval.
Yes.
Like it's like a Hey Arnold situation. I don't know.
It could have been worse. I'll say that.
Again, reserving judgment for in person.
I know. I hate to get, it's like tough because I feel sassy about it, but at the end of the day, I'm like, well, I'd rather have it than not have it, but maybe try harder.
It's one of those where it's like, what a lovely thought. We love your execution. This must be what it's like to be a parent sometimes when your kid brings home like squiggles and it's like, well, you put it on the refrigerator and you're like, this garbage?
Yeah.
Like, you're like, oh, I love it and I treasure it because somebody I love made it, but it's still a piece of garbage. Garbage. You'll be like, this was nice. It reminds me of in Superstore where Cheyenne, there's an episode where Mateo is trying to get an I voted sticker to prove that because he's an undocumented, an undocumented Filipino. And he's like, well, if I have the I voted sticker, it'll be no question, you know, whatever. And so they can't get one scene. Cheyenne gives him one that she's like, here, I made this sticker for you. And she like puts it on him. She says, I voted. And he's like, okay, I appreciate this. The thought. He goes, but this is garbage.
Right. Yeah.
He's so brutally honest, but he's so disgusted by it. And I'm just always like, God, that's me.
That's funny. A little bit.
I truly don't know what I hope to get from this interaction. That's one of my favorite lines on that show. I had such high hopes for what I thought I would get out of this.
Yeah. That could be your outro.
Yeah. God. Well, that's it. I mean, we'll wait and see it. Someday we'll see it in person, and hopefully when we do that, we'll be together and we can do a review of that, like a little video, and be like, hey, we were way too unkind about this or something. You know, Disney fans, I said it before, often the most critical, but, you know, it's like what Anna said earlier, the being like afraid to even touch the project because literally it is like you are touching the holy grail of all things. But
this is a huge deal.
I also think it was probably took a time for us to be like Tom Hanks as Walt Disney, because you're like, well, it doesn't sound like Walt Disney, but I love that movie, Saving Mr. Banks, so much, and I think he does a really good job in it. But
it's kind of like the animatronic. It's like a feeling of Walt Disney.
Yeah.
It's not like
it's the impression.
And all the concept art was using photos of Walt Disney himself, not Tom Hanks. So
Oh, yeah, true. Yeah.
I can't wait to see this Saving Mr. Banks attraction when I get out there myself. Yeah.
I know.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I think that's it for us.
Thank
We're
you.
hitting our hour here. So thanks for talking news, talking this animatronic.
Trash.
Yeah, talking the goss. Yep. I don't know
Walt
what's going on over there. You couldn't finish the word gossip. Yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube, if you're with us live, please hit that thumbs up before you go. Leave us some comments, maybe about some future discussion topics you'd like to hear. We could also, I feel like we should do a new like a segment like the Disney drag. We're like, what are we dragging this week? You know what I mean? The fact that there
Ooh.
still isn't an attraction inside of Stitch's Great Escape.
Oh, you know we could
With
do
Lilo and
that.
Stitch surpassing $1 million this week.
1 million.
Billion.
Wow, 1 million.
Billion.
One-
The
Could you
Staying a
give me the
Yeah,
$1
with the
billion.
$1
Yeah.
billion? You did my dad proud there for a second. He loved Austin Powers. That was the thing when he'd say goodbye. He'd always be like, give Dr. Evil a hug. And I'm like, Dad, the movie is 27 years old.
Oh, come on.
Yeah,
Who
no, it
cares?
was
Who
cute.
cares?
He loved that. But no, this was a fun discussion. Thanks, everybody. We are going to do a Patreon post show. It will probably happen, knowing us, in like an hour. But stay tuned for that link, and we'll have a discussion about that in a minute. So, again, patreon.com/DizUnlimited, just a $5 a month tier to be a part of that, and that'll give you access to not just the current Patreon post show, but all the ones we've ever done in that tier. So you'll get tons and tons of content. And you know what? You could do it just for a month and cancel it. I don't know why people don't do it. Churn and burn, or whatever they call it in the thing. Do it with your streaming services and things like that. I've got to get a lot better about it. But you know what I went to do? I went to cancel my Peacock the other day, and they were like, how about $2 a month? How does that
Oh, I
sound? And I went,
know.
well, I guess you
Yeah.
got me.
Oh,
'Cause
man.
I was like, $2 a month is couch change. And I was like, but
How
then
long?
6 months.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, right.
And
then
I
just
was,
do it again.
it does have the commercials in it, which is obnoxious.
Oh,
but
I
for
know.
$2 a month, I fell for it. So here we are. But I can still cancel at any time. So.
See, there you go. Just
Same
like
with our Patreon. So we'll see all of our Patreon supporters over there. But thank you, everybody, for your time. If you are listening to this, rate and review the podcast whenever you can do that. That would be very helpful. And, of course, you can always send us an email at podcast@disunlimited.com. And we'd love some future conversation topics, because it doesn't even have to be a part of this podcast. I do want to start doing more, like helping you plan the perfect Disney vacation. We also do our Universal show. We do the DCL show. Topics for anything across the board. Entertainment, things like that. We never get to talk about that stuff. We had a fun post show where we talked about Pixar movies. Things like that. We're here for you. So thank you, everybody. Appreciate your continued support. We'll see you next time with another episode of the Diz Unlimited podcast.